Wait. We got Mike Johnson in the house.
How do you go live with somebody?
What's up, Mike? I wish we could put the screen up there so everyone can see.
I know.
We're on, we're doing a podcast. Can I steal you for a second? What's up, everybody?
How do I go live with? Who's that, Mike?
Hey, everybody. Welcome into Can I Steal You for a Second, a Bachelor podcast. I'm Ashley Young, as always, with Dustin Kendrick and Shea Corrigan. And we have a fourth and special guest here, Clay Harbor himself, joining the podcast. How's it feel?
It feels great. It feels great. I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys for inviting me to talk about.
You're welcome.
I'm going to need you to up the intensity a little. I'm not buying into this excitement.
You're welcome.
It was All-Star Weekend in Chicago. Obviously, had a couple of cocktails this weekend, so still feeling the effects of that as a 33-year-old man. I don't recover as fast as I used to, so there's that.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because All-Star Weekend was a really big deal here in the city.
Man, it was crazy.
I woke up to some, I don't know if you want to call them paparazzi pictures, but someone at the table was like out at Tao, which is a club here in Chicago. And there was a couple pictures floating around. Anyone want to own up to what I might have seen?
That wasn't me.
I don't think so. I mean, it wasn't me. I'm not getting invited anywhere.
You caught me. Yeah, I was at Tao kicking it with some,
With who? With who?
Some, with grocery store Joe and Kelly from Peter's season.
Okay.
So, yeah, cool people just hanging out.
I'm going to keep pressing. Don't make me ask for it.
Was this a Bachelor organized thing, or did you just run into fellow?
Yeah, I just ran into him.
Totally random.
I promise, I ran into him. Honestly, well, the full truth is, before that, Clay was actually with me. We stopped at a bar in Lincoln Park, and Joe came as well, and had some drinks, and then everyone went their separate ways, and I ended up seeing Joe and Kelly again at Tao.
So Joe and Kelly were there together, because Joe's newly single, right?
I don't think they were together. I think they were just there.
They were just in the same bar. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. As people are from time to time.
Everyone wants to.
So you were third wheeling Kelly and Joe?
Absolutely not. I would never do that.
No. I mean, I'm just trying to piece together the information you've given us.
You and Kelly.
What's that?
So Joe was third wheeling you and Kelly.
No, we're just having a good time.
Okay,
guys.
so Clay, where were you during all of this? As there was a little Bachelor meetup going on at Tao.
I don't know. I missed the invite. As a Chicago Bachelor, I'm pretty upset I didn't get the invite, but I wasn't at Tao. I was. Where
were you at?
In my bed.
Oh, that's a lie.
You were asleep in your bed, and that's humble.
I was resting.
Hold on, let me sleep. Let me
doing all that good stuff.
No, I'm not believing that.
Clay's full of shit.
Yeah.
You can't say that.
I can say that.
Yeah, you can say his allegiance is to the podcast.
I'm the host of the show. I can use shit whenever I want.
Yeah, there's one rule on the podcast, Clay. No bullshit.
No bullshit.
No bullshit.
Where were you, Clay?
I was at home, sleeping.
That's a lie.
It's a lie. So can you prove it's a lie?
I think he was actually at Tal that night.
What?
I wasn't at Tal that night.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
You did. You were not at home sleeping.
Wouldn't I have been there? Wouldn't I have been in the picture?
Maybe.
Maybe you took it.
Maybe you taking the piss or something.
Whatever. Any other All-Star Weekend shenanigans in Bachelor Nation that we need to be made aware of? So we had Tao, we had Kelly, single, grocery store Joe, just kicking it.
We went to what? Studio?
Dance
studio. That was
Old Parents Club. It was fun.
Yeah, saw Shaq perform. That was really cool. I feel like there's something else we did.
Yeah.
We did the cameo party.
Cameo was cool.
Day party. That was actually a lot of fun. And what else? I'm blanking. It was a long weekend. Yeah. What did you guys do? What were you guys doing?
It's like not fair. We didn't do anything remotely as cool as you guys. I watched it from my living room. So we go on to the next chapter. Let's talk more Bachelor stuff.
Before we get back into Pete's, though, Clay, give us a little bit your Bachelor resume.
My Bachelor resume?
Yeah.
Like, what does this entail?
Like, what brought you into Bachelor Nation?
Bachelor Nation, it's a good question. I'm wondering that myself. I can't really remember like where what happened. Where did I go wrong here? No, I was playing. Obviously, I'm a former NFL football player. I played in the NFL for 9 years, and felt my career was winding down. So I got contacted by one of the casting people for The Bachelor, and they were interested. And it said I filled out the paper, and the next thing you know, I was at the final casting.
Ooh.
And and then I'm walking out of the limo to Becca Cuffrin in Becca's season of Bachelor, and then later on breaking my wrist playing a game of football with male models and medical device salesman. And I'm supposed to be a professional athlete. So how does that happen?
That's shameful.
Yeah, I know. No, it wasn't my best moment. If it was I had a top 10 list of worst moments, most embarrassing. I mean, that'd probably be on there, right?
That's pretty embarrassing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, look at you. You're like, what, 6 foot, maybe?
Yeah, 5'10".
You're about 5'10".
5'10",
250 pounds.
Yeah, give or take.
And how far did you make it on Becca's season?
I was only there for three episodes. Yeah, 3 episodes on Becca's season before I had to remove myself, give back a rose to go get surgery on my wrist.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. Play the sad music. Does somebody have a violin?
It's the
Somebody have a
world's
violin
smallest.
for me?
To go back on his height, Clay just thinks he's taller than me, and it's just.
I'm 6'4", you're 6'2".
I'm not 6'2".
So
I'm
we
6'3".
can stand up right now. I don't know if
You're
it's
6'2".
work for this.
No, we'll
You're
cover
6'2".
it.
Yeah.
Let the audience use their imagination. That's a dumb battle we can fight about a little later.
Yeah.
I want to dive into hometowns.
I want to
Hometowns.
dive into embarrassing sports displays, though, because you were saying that you injured your wrist and that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
I feel like everything Pete's been doing with sports has been embarrassing this season.
Definitely. Yeah.
His ball handling skills weren't too good with Madison.
No, and
They were
like,
they were a little off.
so have either of you played basketball or anything else with him before?
I've never played with him, no.
Have you played with-
oh my God!
Play basketball with me.
Here we go. Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Uh-oh. So for anyone
Open a
that doesn't
can
know,
of worms.
we
Oh my
had a
God.
little Bachelor basketball tournament
Oh, I
here at
forgot about
FanSided.
this.
Oh, we forgot about it.
Oh, yeah, we did.
I'm glad it was such a fond
forgot-
memory
you
in your
forgot
athletic
about
career.
Yeah.
Clay reminds me every single day. He's like, hey, look at this. Look at that.
Remember I beat you? So it was the two of you guys. We also had
Mateo and Tyler.
Mateo and Tyler C from Hannah's season. And Clay took home the title. Absolutely bodied
first
everyone.
First of all, can we, literally, yeah. Can we talk about like the around the world game? Like, I'm the championship for the around the world.
Who cares?
What?
They don't play around the world in the NBA Finals. It's
that like
It's like the
All-Star
three-point
game?
contest.
One-on-one basketball,
should've
Dustin.
did that.
You had an opportunity, and you guys lost. You guys all should have played against me.
Okay,
It would've been
in
more
their
fair.
defense, they also ran a full marathon like the next day. So they had to like
Exactly.
take it down a notch.
Exactly.
You were just like coasting.
No, nothing at all.
26.2 miles.
Did you say after the game?
The
Or
next
before
day.
the game?
The next day.
Oh,
She said the next day.
They were
afterwards,
conserving.
So they haven't.
So what'd you do
they
the
had
next
to
day?
conserve. We had to
Yeah,
conserve
so
our energy.
after-
Is that how
the
that
game.
works? So you have to conserve energy a full 24 hours in advance?
26 miles? Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
They weren't conserving energy at all. They couldn't score a point between all of them. Score 1 point. One bucket.
Excuse me.
Just throw up a hook shot, like something crazy.
Hometowns.
Hometowns.
Anyways, hometowns.
Hometowns.
What do we think about Hannah Ann's hometown?
Okay, so we kick off with Hannah Ann in Knoxville, Tennessee, and all of a sudden this girl has an accent. I don't know if I just missed it the rest of the season.
In that defense, though, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I go to my hometown and I'm around my people, like I get a little.
What's
bit of an
the? Give me a
accent.
little. Give me a line of like Chicago Dustin and then like hometown Dustin.
Chicago's just like quick talking, here, there, blah, blah, blah. Southern Illinois is a little slower. Everything's drawn out a little bit. You say wash, wash.
Wait, what do you say?
Well, in my family, we say wash. Like if you're gonna wash your clothes.
Oh.
I don't know.
Do you now?
It's like a Southern thing. I
Okay,
think.
so say it in a Chicago accent, quote unquote, like, "Hi, I'm Dustin, and I need to wash my clothes."
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
Dustin.
Say
I'm
it
gonna
with
go to
your
laundry.
hometown. Let's go, ready? And ready and action.
Hi, my name's Dustin Kendrick, and I need to go to the laundromat to wash my clothes.
Okay, and now hometown, ready and action.
Hello, my name's Dustin, and I'm about to wash my clothes. Something like that, in those terms.
Oh no. Okay.
It's just drawn out, a little slower. I don't know. You relate?
I relate, yeah, definitely. Definitely, I relate. Being, from a small town myself and going to a country college, I feel like you are kind of accustomed to your environment. You start, pulling in different things from different people. So I'll let Hannah Ann slide on the accent because she was around her people. You start talking like them. You adopt some of their mannerisms sometimes just off of... it's like mirroring, your environment kind of affects that.
Yeah. Did you say you lived abroad, right?
No, it's Shea.
Shay lived abroad. Where'd you live?
I lived in Italy and England.
Did you start to bring up? I mean, like.
Did I get an
You
accent?
started to talk
Yeah.
right? I used to live in Australia, and the same thing happened to me. I would just say things how they said it,
Yeah,
and
it sneaks in because you.
That's like some Madonna stuff.
I swear to
Lived in
God,
Australia?
Yeah,
I
it
did.
happens. Yeah.
See?
When did you live in Australia?
I was there for like 6 months. I moved to Australia like in 2000.
You picked up an accent in 6 months.
Yes.
That's a long time.
If you're
6
around
months?
people, like everyone else around you has an accent, you begin to like mirror the words after them, and like you can tell when the accent is like a little put on because it. There's somebody in your program that gets an accent after like 3 days, and you're like, that's not how this works.
Yeah, it slowly comes. And you speak their words, like, in Australia, they have all kinds of funky, weird, different words. So you start to say it, and you start to say it like them. So before you know it, you're just, Australian.
And it's like the way you will phrase or question or like intonations that you don't notice until you're back home, and then someone is like, where did that accent come from? And you're like, oh, sorry.
See,
but then it also goes away, I think, just as quickly.
Yeah. Your environment.
Okay, I'm being a hater, clearly. So there's some truth to the accent. Poor Hannah Ann. She's just trying to go home.
Come on.
And we talked about this last week. We don't come from anywhere necessarily exciting or where there's things to do.
Yeah.
So they went axe throwing, which is probably in any suburb all across suburb across America. It's not that special. But the whole reason they went there is because she said that she needed to prove to her dad that Peter was like a man.
Manly man.
Yeah.
A southern man.
And if...
Chop wood. Chop some wood.
I was digging the accent. Keep it going.
I could talk like that all day.
Have either of you ever had to, or not had to, but ever done an activity to like signal your manliness to a date's father?
Never.
Never?
I don't think I did.
Was your NFL career enough
proof?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've played a lot of football in my life. Been through a lot of pain. Yeah.
Can you compare?
Yeah, I don't think I have either. I don't know. And I don't know. I feel like whenever you meet someone's parents, you don't want to do too much. You want to be yourself, and if you're not as manly as they want you to be, then so what? Just be you.
Wow, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Touching.
And Dustin, yeah. That was great.
That was great. That's great advice.
Yeah.
That was so beautiful and like gentle. It's like the opposite of
am
like
gentle.
Like a PBS, like
I know.
Not the more you know.
I'm
What's the other
gentle.
one?
He's the giant.
Aww. I feel a
many
podcast
touching
coming
moments.
I'm so cute. I can really be cute. I'm telling you guys.
on because we haven't seen it.
You go with like the cute, charm offensive, not the like axe splitting, manly offensive.
Which I kind of feel like is in Peter's best interest because just based on his like athletic skills that we've seen this season, the axe throwing wasn't that great. His basketball skills not that hot. Like he's got to charm them in another way. It's just not there.
Hey, the man flies a plane.
Right.
That's pretty charming.
Yeah.
That's pretty charming.
But Hannah Ann's dad, it didn't seem like he was willing to be charmed. He was not open to.
Yeah.
He kind of gave me like Bill Belichick vibes. Like he was not excited about talking to the media.
I don't think any of the fathers were excited.
I guess any dad like necessarily like, here's this guy from television that's going to date my daughter and marry her after 3 months of taping?
Yeah, I don't know how I would feel as a father and my daughter's saying, it's got to be weird and awkward. And how do you I don't know. It's weird.
And there's like a million cameras and lights and makeup and audio. It's awkward. It's not natural.
I think you could be like chill about it though. Like if you kind of were aware enough to grasp the situation, like you didn't need to like run in guns a-blazing with like, don't tell her that you love her unless you mean it. Like,
I think I would go the Bad Boys 2 route.
Okay.
Have you guys seen Bad Boys 2?
No.
When Reggie is
You're getting giggles already over there.
when Reggie is dating Martin Lawrence's daughter, they just really scared the shit out of him. I think I would go that route. You guys haven't seen Bad Boys 2?
No, I don't think I've seen Bad Boys 1.
You guys, after this, you guys have some homework?
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of homework, last episode, if you guys caught this, we were talking about DMs. And we told you said there were too many and you have to go through them. We wanted to know like the weirdest, strangest, dirtiest DM you've ever gotten.
I had a weird one. Let me see if I can.
We don't need to name names. Let's protect the
We're
identities
not going to
here.
name no names. Gosh, what was it? Do you have any off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head. I mean, I've gotten some interesting ones, but off the top of my head, no, I'd have to go through and look.
Okay, what are some of these interesting ones that are triggering our memory here?
Some girls are just bold. Like, they'll tell you what they want.
I was
Your phone is right here.
let's see.
We'll see. Well, how about we talk?
Okay, you keep scrolling. Okay, so I'll just like recap the episode a little more while you guys like dig for some.
I guarantee
don't disappoint with these. So basically, Hannah Ann, it like went fine.
Yeah.
It didn't go poorly. I don't think it went exceptionally well.
Yeah.
But the one thing that stood out from their hometown is she said, "I'm falling in love with you." And Peter says, "I love hearing that." Which is, oh my God, I want to see it.
Wow.
Wow, I want to see.
Well, speaking of the DM, 15 minutes ago, I let you strangle me with those huge arms. Full send. Okay, that's pretty interesting.
Also, you need to try to describe the emojis that.
Yeah. 5 minutes ago, I just want to let you know that your body is amazing and keep it up. You need to train me. Wink face. Let's see.
As thirsty DMs go, they're kind of wholesome.
They're-
Well, the
yeah.
second one was.
I feel like if it's too far,
Keep
it's
it
not going to
up.
be successful, right?
Yeah.
You have to like keep something, a little normalcy about you.
So there was some crazy.
So-
I was trying to find the screenshots. Keep going. Yours are good.
Yeah, so what else do we got here?
Will any of them get a reply?
The ones that are too aggressive can't. Like the strangle you with your biceps, I can't reply to that.
Not your thing?
No.
Okay.
Also
If
not
there's a
possible.
wholesome DM, a nice DM, like, hey, because I mean, I've sent DMs myself to people and, tried to be like, hey, I think you're attractive. You seem like a cool person. People do dating apps. People do online dating, speed dating. Why not shoot a shot and send a DM? But you have to have a account that's not private because so you're not getting catfished.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like a normal person, activities, maybe you have a job, that's always a plus, something like that. And then I'll reply. I'll look. I mean, but I don't look at all of them though. It's like randomly throughout the day. You might
There's
just
so
randomly
many. You
check
just gotta
in
like
your
this
message
one.
requests. Yeah.
Yeah, but the ones that definitely are private, they definitely don't get a response.
Can't respond to a private account.
Because you got to know what you're working with. How do you know if they have a job? Do you like LinkedIn?
Well, I mean, they
Searcher.
seem like they have a job, like they have like their stuff together. They're wearing.
How can you
Job
tell that from
energy.
Instagram?
I mean, I want somebody. I hope they think that I have a job and I'm not like homeless, living at my parents' basement.
I mean, Instagram's one big lie. We really don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Seriously.
Oh man. Okay, so I was kind of hoping we gave you enough time to find a DM.
I was looking for a one that was hilarious, but
You're all talk. There's all these DMs. I was trying to find this one that was hilarious.
it was hilarious. I sent it to somebody, but I can't remember.
Who'd you? Oh, how convenient. How
Okay.
convenient.
How
okay.
convenient. Let's
The
talk about,
last
what about your
DM I
DMs?
sent.
There are no DMs on this phone. Nope. No DMs.
You guys are lying.
No way.
I recently sent one. I sent one to the girl that plays Miss Sanday on Game of Thrones. If you guys watch Game of Thrones,
I love her.
I think she's absolutely gorgeous. And I saw her at the Super Bowl, and
Shut that shot.
I felt like we had a moment. I felt like we both like stared at each other for a second.
Wow.
And I thought we had a moment, and I DM'd her, and I didn't get a response. So I'm still kind of hurt about
Did
that.
she see it?
It doesn't say seen, and not that I've
So-
checked.
You search her
But,
age, like the fourth thing. It's like Natalie Emmanuel age, Natalie Emmanuel Hollyoaks,
Yeah.
Natalie Emmanuel Game of Thrones, Natalie Emmanuel boyfriend.
Does she have a boyfriend?
I'll look at. Oh.
Oh, she does.
Oh, hell yeah. She's
He's
loyal.
a political speechwriter who travels from the U.S. to London.
Oh, it's way cooler than me.
Oh wait, no, that's just the plot of the TV show she was in. Never- I was like, wow, that sounds familiar.
Okay, so for anyone that's too scared to shoot their shot, you've been rejected and life goes on.
Everyone
Life
has
goes
been
on.
rejected.
Yeah, everybody's been
I don't care
rejected.
who you are, you've been rejected. Someone has rejected Leonardo DiCaprio at one point.
I don't think so.
Definitely.
You think so?
Oh well, Rihanna rejects him like all the time. That's like an ongoing joke on Twitter.
Oh, is it?
Well,
See? Look.
I'm not Rihanna, so.
I'm sure someone rejected Rihanna back in the day too.
I probably wouldn't even
No.
reject Leo, to be honest. If he was interested.
Leo, if you're listening,
Hit me up. DM me, Leo.
nothing too aggressive though.
Yeah.
Make sure
Yeah,
you're
something.
he's employed, so we got that going
He's
for him.
employed.
He's
Is
a
he?
job.
Let me take care
When's
of
the
him.
last time you
Oh,
worked?
yeah. That's all that matters.
You'd be a house.
Oh man.
Back to the episode.
Back to the episode.
Oh, yeah, the episode.
We could honestly, this hometown was kind of boring. Kelsey, she's from Iowa, and they made wine.
They made wine, squash some grapes with their feet.
All right, next.
That's kind of
Known
disgusting.
Iowan activity.
Yeah, I was like, she's like, I'm from Iowa. I know nothing about Iowa. It's like cornfields, maybe.
A
Yeah.
lot of corn.
Maybe they could have done like a corn maze or
Really well-known writers' workshop.
Yeah. But that was the thing about this. Like we were saying, like in my hometown, if I had a home date, there's nothing to do. Nothing. I think I would just go to the wineries or something. What would you do?
Since I'm from a town of 3,000 people called Dwight, Illinois, where all there is a couple of factories, some farmland, and some bars. We would have to sit at home and watch Netflix. Man, that's my date.
Netflix and chill.
I don't
we go
think
to
the
the local
dads would
bar.
love that though. Like,
Yeah.
right?
Actually, sometimes that's a good little family time. Everyone just watching a show together.
There's nothing to do. Walk in the park, maybe. We have a nice park.
You have a nice park?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Going to
Nice
Cornfield
park.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe
what would you do for your house?
I have no
Don't get out of
idea.
this.
I'm like in a
See-
small suburban town like that too. I have no idea.
You had to do it. What would you do?
If I had to do it, I don't know. I really don't know what I would do. Like, this is stressing me out, and I know I'll never be in this situation.
Squashing grapes?
Not squash. I mean, that's why I was kind of hating on the wine making, but it was kind of fun and endearing. And Peter had never had a crab rangoon.
Yeah. Again, another known delicacy of Iowa.
So
Yeah,
clearly I'm
doesn't-
stressing over stuff that, like, it doesn't have to be related to where you're from. It's
True.
just a chance to show off your family in a house that the producers rent.
Yeah. In a house that nobody lives in.
No, absolutely
Potentially
no
with
one
people
lives
that aren't
in.
actually your family.
They look
Okay,
nice.
I do want to keep moving on with the recap
Yeah.
here because we have some good stuff with Madison finally.
Madison.
They go to Auburn where her dad works with the basketball team. Madison played basketball. It's kind of like her shtick on the show. Absolutely embarrasses Peter when they're playing one-on-one. They get a shout out from Charles Barkley, which is pretty cool.
I live the dream.
And it looks like everything's going well. And then we go back to what Shea keeps referring to as faith-based
I'm pretty sure it's a
decisions.
direct quote. This isn't like my line.
I just like, that. And they kept like purity is the other term that kept getting thrown around.
She's so pure.
So obviously she's a virgin, is what we're getting at.
I mean, no one has said that.
She's a virgin.
She's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know we talked about this last episode that she just didn't come out and say it.
Right.
And it's like everyone's tiptoeing around the tiptoeing around the concern or the topic. Just say it. What is she waiting for?
Like, I don't know
Yeah.
why we need all these euphemisms about it.
It's absolutely insane. That's a long ass
Oh,
message.
you could go ahead and read it. Yeah.
Did they send you like a cover letter?
This is literally
That's
a
a
paragraph.
message?
I don't know what this
That
is.
has
You
to
guys
be
keep
the
going on with
longest
it. Go on without me.
So my thoughts is with Madison talking about the Bachelor here that she knows Peter's the guy that had sex with Hannah Brown infamously four times in a windmill. So maybe that's something you might want to tell him because you know that he
First
likes
date.
to be physical in his relationships.
Yep.
And it looks like she gives him an ultimatum about sleeping with someone. So it looks like sexual chemistry is big in a relationship for him. So I love Madison. I think Madison's a sweetheart on the show. She comes off as one. And but I think she should have maybe told him sooner.
Told him sooner. And also, you can't give him an ultimatum. Like that's what
You can't
that's
give
what
an
Victoria
ultimatum.
P said
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
preview. But you can't do that. You know what you were signing up for, and if you were not cool with it, were you there for the right reasons? Is my thing.
And speaking of the dads being so like hesitant, did you not know your daughter was going on The Bachelor? Like, where do you think she was going?
Like, where's Madison been for the past 3 months?
It's like, where do you think she was?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, there's this opportunity, this chance that she falls in love with a guy or a guy falls in love with her and that she's going to be coming home with a guy that she's been dating for a couple of months and there's going to be a chance that they get engaged. I mean, did you not know what The Bachelor was? Do you not know that it's a show that's about love and engagement and hopefully marriage? So to me, I'm like, are people really this shocked about what's going on? I mean, do you not know what you're doing here? It's not like your daughter comes home like randomly with a guy that you've known for a month and surprises you. You knew she was going on The Bachelor.
Yep. I don't. Well, they know that, but I don't think anyone expects their daughter to go all the way. I think that's my.
Yeah.
I think they're like,
no
yeah, she might
confidence
go
in their
on
own
there. She
daughter.
might come back in a couple. I don't know. I don't think anyone expects them to go all the way. I don't know.
But they expect their son? I think that's sexist.
No.
what?
You know? Like,
No, like,
that's what
either
people
way,
do.
Even when that
I
guy's
don't
going
think he
on
means
there.
it that way.
I don't
he
mean
means
it that
how
way.
far in the show that
How
she
far in the
goes.
show?
Oh my God. I literally
I'm not
half reading DMs
I'm not
over here.
sexist. I'm not sexist. I swear.
I just mean like it's naive. Like she's 23 years old and Peter's a grown man and they're on this show and it's weird to see them go back to their hometowns and the dad is so controlling. He talked about like praying over.
She's 23.
She's 23.
23.
Like she was like just graduated college.
Baby.
Yeah, she's a baby.
Oh wow.
A baby.
Continue. Sorry.
No, just like it's weird to see them kind of go back home and see how much control the dad has over like a grown woman.
Yeah.
And that was kind of alarming for me how he seemed a little manipulative in like hanging certain morals over her head.
Yeah, I think
I agree.
the dad part is definitely like you sort of touched on like its own uncomfortable beast, but I think what Clay really touched on well was like what's concerning with respect to like Madison and Pete's relationship is that it seems like kind of not, this is going to seem more extreme than I mean it to be, like a misunderstanding of him as a person, where it is something that like we all know from his time with Hannah and from kind of how the season's been marketed, that like that physical intimacy is like really big for him, and we've seen it sort of throughout the season thus far, and a reluctance to bring it up or an unwillingness to sort of share that in like explicit terms by now feels like a little, like with a different Bachelor it might go down easier, but it seems like something that they should have talked about based on like getting to know each other.
It was literally the storyline of the season, the windmill.
Yeah.
It came up a lot sooner, but you know, you could kind of tell, like when we were just watching it, like she couldn't hold on to it no more.
Yeah.
Like, let me talk to you. One second. You know,
Because once she got the rose, like, spoilers, she gets the rose, but then she knows that she's going on, and then she knows like that's what's coming next. Where it's like,
Sweets,
if in the world where she doesn't get a rose, and maybe she's just like, oh, it didn't work out, and I can keep this to myself. I don't need to air it on national television. But now she's like, well, gotta bring it up.
And kind of thinking about it now, I kind of feel bad for her because it's so much pressure. You know, from, you know, the show, her religion, her family, and this, you know, I don't know. I just kind of feel bad for her right now.
I do feel bad. And something we kind of touched on, especially seeing the preview for next week, is like the comparison between like Luke P and Hannah and how that exploded on her season about this like ultimatum and holding standards over people's heads, and the similarities we see with Maddie and Pete. But you just showed me a really eloquent DM that you got, kind of saying how Luke P showed signs of like manipulation and power dynamics over Hannah the whole season. He manipulated the people in the house and just had a very aggressive personality, where Madison is coming from a place like, this is what I believe, and if we aren't on the same page, then this isn't going to work out.
I agree. And I don't think she's anything like Luke P.
I was quick to say, though. I was quick, and wrongfully
I just said that was the same thing that Luke P said. Like, they said the same thing, but their storyline's totally different.
Very different. Yeah, I think I was quick to be like, oh my God, it's the same. And then, you know, you really think about it, and it's absolutely different.
I wouldn't be surprised if when we see it in context next week, it's much more mellow and much more, I'm just trying to be honest with where I am right now, as opposed to Luke's situation.
For sure.
Sorry, I didn't watch your season, bro.
What? Wait, really? At all?
I didn't watch it,
Look at this guy. Thanks for the support, Claire.
Didn't watch last year, yeah.
Why not?
I don't know. Honestly, I can't remember. I don't know why I didn't watch it, but I didn't. Yeah. I should have. Yeah, I probably should have.
I'm sure it's out there, right? Floating around. You can catch up.
It's on
Hulu.
Ready for Paradise last year,
It's
you
on
know?
Hulu.
Like, I should have saw, like, the guys coming in.
I was gonna say, that's
know,
scouting.
like,
You played in the NFL,
personalities, you know?
scouting tapes, watching film. I'd be all over
But
that.
I watched the girls season. I wasn't scouting the guys.
You gotta
know?
scout your competition, not your team. Like who you want on your team.
You're right. It's true.
Tell you what, this guy.
Just
This
scout the
guy,
competition.
man, he's not.
Showing no love.
No love.
Sorry.
Showing no love.
Damn. Well, I'm shocked, genuinely shocked that you didn't watch last season, and you're so candid about your lack of support. But
Sorry, Dustin.
moving on.
Hurt.
If they would have shown Dustin
I'm
more,
hurt.
maybe I would have watched.
Ooh.
Give my man some more
Good
screen
answer,
time.
good response.
That would have been nice.
All right, we've got one more hometown to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The spiciest of them all.
The worst one. Take it away, Shea.
Virginia Beach, Victoria F. Starts, the best part of it is seeing her dog play on the beach.
Black Labs. My first dog was a black lab. His name was Sammy. He was the best dog in the world.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Sammy was amazing. Sammy was unbelievable.
Did
Miss you,
Sammy
Sam.
like to play in the water?
Rip Sam.
What happened to Sam?
What happens to all dogs?
Justin, he went to
To
heaven.
a
He's
farm
in
up
heaven.
state.
Yes. Yeah, he's in heaven. Had a long life, 12 years, man.
That's a long time.
Yeah, 12 years. Guy was an OG. Unbelievable dog. Could do all tricks. I could tell him to sit, and I could walk probably 20 feet, 20 yards, throw a treat, and he'd catch it. Put a treat on his nose. He wouldn't get it until he tongue to, then he'd flip it up
Sam,
and catch it.
quite
Sammy
the
was
dog.
amazing. So Victoria F started off on such a
You had
great
flashbacks.
I was gonna say, it sounds triggering.
yeah, and then
lot of
she just
feelings.
completely blows it with the situation.
You would have
that came
definitely
up.
So
Made it up for
recapping
that.
her date a little bit, because it was in all the previews, but they go down to Virginia Beach, where she's from. They have another country concert, which everyone's like anticipating. But it's
Hunter
not
Hayes.
Hunter Hayes. Yeah, it's not Victoria's ex this time.
But don't-
It's yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's Hunter Hayes.
Hunter.
I'm sorry, I'm all
No,
over the
no,
place.
you're excited. You're excited.
It's Hunter Hayes, and I just thought it was so funny because what's the name of that song?
I don't want good, and I want crazy. That's what it's
I
called.
want crazy.
Yeah.
Well, how's it go again?
Wow. I love that.
Don't want good and I don't want good enough. I want something for your love. I don't want easy. I want
that's
crazy.
not it.
That's definitely the words.
It's not
That's
easy.
the words.
I don't want.
So they're dancing to it. It's very fitting. And then they leave, and this woman with a very blurred out face appears.
Yeah, she was not.
And
signing
Peter's
anything.
like, oh my God. And she's like, Peter? And then he goes, I thought you looked familiar. And it's his ex. So I hope she looked familiar. And this mysterious ex apparently is like, watch out for Victoria.
And he's like, oh yeah, you're from here.
I would love to go through life. Is Peter as kind of aloof as this season portrays him?
I mean, he's so funny. I don't know. He's just maybe a little bit. I don't know.
I'm not saying he's dumb, but he just kind of seems like happy-go-lucky, kind of like you run into your ex.
He is always like that.
Was that his ex? Because
was
he's
his
like,
ex.
oh, I knew you look familiar.
He said that to her.
I don't think they call her
oh yeah, you're
ex
from here
on the show, but I think it's like known that that's an ex.
Okay.
I think.
It's hard to tell when her face is just a blur of like beige.
I know.
So she basically tells him to watch out for Victoria F.
She says, "Be careful."
She's very cryptic.
Ruined a couple relationships or a number of relationships.
So should that have been said or no?
Hell yeah.
so?
We needed something to spice up this episode.
She should have gave him more of a backstory.
But for the relationship, yeah, it's like spicy for the show. But for that relationship, does it make a difference for someone's past or what they're at now?
Would you tell a friend?
That's what I was going to say.
Would you tell a friend? I had a situation like this that happened to me personally, to where I was hanging out with a friend. One of my other friends from college was getting married soon, and
it's about to be good.
When they were, and the friend that I was hanging out with, he knew the other guy back in college, so he said that back in college he used to hook up with my buddy's fiance, but that was years ago.
Okay.
It was like 5 years past, but they were together still. They were together in college. So I didn't know what to do. Do I tell him that, hey, like, I know you guys back in college, but I know it's a long time ago, but she used to hook up with my buddy. He told me.
Right before the wedding?
It was 2 months before the wedding.
Oh my God.
Should I tell him?
What'd you do?
I didn't tell him.
I don't think it's.
And they're happily
just
married. They
tell
got
him?
kids now.
On the podcast?
No,
Have you ever come forward with this story? Like, are they listening right now?
They're
Are you
definitely not listening.
about to wreck a marriage?
No.
I don't think you ruin if they're together now. Who knows? They might have already talked about it too. It might be something they've already worked out. No need to bring it up. It's not your business. So unless it's like something like is very relevant and like right now, I feel like you just kind of nice with it. So,
I don't know. I think that if I'm the woman who came forward and Peter's someone who I care about and he's potentially opening himself up to get hurt by someone, I would say something. Just like, hey, they have a shady past and I care about you, so make of that information what you will.
I think I would say something if it was like early stages, like Peter's situation. I think I would say something if it was almost the wedding and they were like one of my best friends. But I think that middle ground, I probably wouldn't. Like, it wouldn't be my business.
Yeah.
that's your business.
Wow.
But I also wonder how being on The Bachelor colors it for Peter, whether like because if she just walked up to him, assuming like this is outside the world of Bachelor, he's in Virginia Beach with his relatively new girlfriend and runs into an ex and she's like, hey, word around town is she's danger. I feel like I would interpret that differently than in this, where it's like, I wonder if Peter assumes that she was let on because the producers vetted her, or like the producers wouldn't let someone on to just like talk shit, you know? Whether it's like, I can believe her because, I don't know, do you trust?
Because you know her.
Do you trust the bachelorness of it or not?
Ooh. I don't know.
It's a very complicated moral issue. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but I think everyone has been in that situation where you're like, do I come forward? Well, the only thing I can confidently say is that Victoria F is absolutely crazy, and I would never want any of my friends to date her because of how she handled the conversation when Peter confronted her about it.
Yeah, that was terrible. Like, that was annoying and childish. Like, just talk it out. It's like it's clear that
Here, wait, let's do your Victoria F impression. I'll be Peter. Hey, can we just sit down and talk really quick before we go in and meet your...
Whatever.
I just want to sit down and have a conversation.
Whatever.
I haven't even said anything yet. I just want to have a conversation.
You're attacking me.
No,
whatever.
So someone
I don't care. I literally love you, and I just want to show you I love you, and you ruined it. You ruined it.
You know, they said that perhaps in the past that you may have ruined some relationships.
You're ruining this. My family's in there.
All I'm saying,
you're ruining this.
I'm not.
Whatever.
See,
whatever.
End scene.
Brutal.
So thank you.
Well done.
You're my Oscar.
So, so Peter, all he said was, "Hey, I heard something," and she had a meltdown.
I feel bad for my boy. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I was very impressed with how he handled it because I think I'd be quick to snap on her if she started whining and complaining like that.
I think I would too.
He also was very much like, do you think this is fun for me? Like, no, obviously, like, he doesn't want to be spending this time, like, working through drama and calling her out. Like, and then having her respond like that. Like, this isn't fun.
That wasn't even her first time, like, responding like that. She's responded like that with some other conversations. Like, this girl's not a conversationalist, and I feel like we were saying, like, she's very physically attractive, and I think maybe Peter's getting lost in that. But the way she's, like, handling these situations and these talks, like, how are you guys going to resolve conflict if you pick her and you know you guys are dating? The conflict resolution would be nothing with someone who literally can't communicate. They just won't let you talk, and they start crying every time. Yeah. And I mean, that's a road to nowhere, and I mean, it can't be a positive sign for a future relationship. But you know, it's just me.
You say that now at the table, we all sound so mature, but when we're watching the show, like, she is incredibly attractive. She's sitting in front of you, this like very attractive woman.
Clay's word, smoke show.
I know, smoke show. Yeah, the word we're throwing around. So just like say, as someone who's been on Paradise, you know, you're stranded on this island and she's strutting around in her bikini for a couple weeks and all you're doing is drinking on an island. Is she suddenly as crazy?
Like, you're right, babe. You're right. I agree. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I shouldn't even ask you about it.
Pete did apologize to her. He's like, he's just looking at her like, maybe I am in the wrong shit. Maybe
she almost convinced me, and I'm not even in that scene.
Maybe I am.
So one of you was saying, like, talking with her is so confusing. Like, you lose the plot. So it's like you're just looking at like a stunning woman who is like speaking gibberish, and you're like, I don't know. Okay,
you're in the wrong.
Yeah, you just give it up at that point.
You're in the wrong.
Which is kind of what he did, even though they ended up kind of going their separate ways for the night. Never even made it inside to her family that we don't even think was her family.
Craigslist family.
We had no.
She rented them. Yeah.
We had no like moments of like mom and dad showing baby photos. Like, it was just this family chilling on the couch.
Maybe that was
they were having a good time though.
Like Kelsey's family.
They were in a cut.
You knew they were related.
Yes.
Yeah, their mom looked just like her.
Oh man,
clones.
You couldn't pick her out.
So as Victoria's fighting in a stranger's driveway, they separate. Eventually, her and Peter make up as they have all season, and all is forgiven. And then
she comes by his hotel and they chat some more. And he says that like he's into like 99% of her, but like 1% of her kind of scares him. What percent of Victoria scares you?
Her personality.
Like, I was looking for like a number.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
50-50.
No, like I said, like Victoria F, I was saying, like, she's a smoke show. She's very physically attractive.
in quotes, air quotes.
Smoke show.
I mean, the true thing is, sometimes good-looking people get away with some things in a relationship. But I don't know, man. That conversation style and just how she's handled her conflicts throughout the whole season, there's no way that's going to work out.
Yeah. And you know what? We're all, dragging on her. I feel like with the cameras and everything, it just kind of brings out, I don't know if you could really be your true self. So
I'd be on my best behavior. You think I'm going to throw a temper tantrum on national? Maybe I would. But no, absolutely not.
You say that now.
Like, Peter's the one that gets to enjoy the smoke show. Could you imagine if you brought her around all your friends? Like, how would they react if she's whining and always picking fights and they don't even make it into your dinner party because they're fighting on your porch?
They would probably be like, man, get your shit together, bud. They would probably blame me. Like, why are you making this girl cry?
Be understanding, but like I get it, I get it.
Have you guys ever dated a Victoria F? No.
I've seen some similarities, but I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to.
We don't need to drag anyone. Yeah. We don't need to drag, but
I love all my exes.
All my exes are amazing.
So it's sincere.
Amazing. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, most of them.
We went from all to most.
Yeah, most of them are.
Okay.
The one's worth remembering.
Yes. Wow, that was beautiful, Shea.
Thank you. I'm just trying to keep up with the poetry level of this particular podcast.
Amazing. So let's see what else we got here. So, Victoria F, drama, nothing really happens. And then we get to the end, rose ceremony. Rose ceremony.
R.I.P. Kelsey.
Were you guys shocked at all?
That Kelsey went home?
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't either.
I think she's attractive and there, but I don't see them bonding. Even the fighting, I think, brings Peter and Victoria F closer together than anything Kelsey's had conversed with him.
Yeah. I wasn't I think Kelsey, she's just emotional, but great girl, but just not enough feistiness to keep
right?
around.
Yeah, I don't know. She's just kind of there. She doesn't have much of a...
Yeah.
Yeah, they never quite seem to have the same degree of chemistry or spark that he's had with Madison and Hannah Ann, which seemed like no-brainers, and then Victoria F as well, for that matter.
I kind of think he likes the younger girls because Madison and Hannah Ann, they're both 22, 23, and Victoria F acts like she's 22, 23. So he's got a type.
Yeah, that he does.
Yeah, poor older Kelsey, blonde hair.
How old is Kelsey?
27? I'm making that up. I have
think
no
she
idea.
Was, 25 maybe?
She's
Because I
still
feel like she
young,
was
too.
younger than the 27, 28 group of women.
Okay, we're doing some
I could
research
be-
over here.
I
Keep
could
it going,
be wrong.
Shay. So
Research.
There's one thing I was shocked about, and that's that Kelsey didn't shed any tears when she got let go.
No tears.
No tears. Kelsey has been known for crying and wearing her emotions on her sleeve. She cried when somebody drank her champagne, but she didn't cry when the guy she's in love with let
Dumped
her
her.
go.
Yeah.
Any chance that Kelsey could be the Bachelorette? On a scale of 1 to 10, let's just do a percentage. What percentage do you
feel like-
have Kelsey for
How
Bachelorette?
old? I think that has to do with how old is she?
Okay,
I feel like
trying.
I'm not feeling it. 60% maybe.
What?
Yeah.
You think there's a 60% chance she could be the Bachelorette?
Yeah, I feel
Honestly,
like
yeah.
there's a greater chance.
she's 28.
To
Okay,
Oh,
that's a
wow,
good
yeah.
age.
Hannah Ann or Kelly even. I feel like there are other people that sort of connected more, and I think
Yeah.
she was a little too polarizing with the fans and a little too uninspiring as a lead.
That would be-
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is getting harsh, and I feel bad the more.
No,
I
it's at the end of the day, The Bachelor is a television show. Except for the 30 people on it. Everyone else is watching it to be entertained. I'm
sure.
not trying to find love on The Bachelor. I
think she could
want to
be-
be entertained.
I think she can be entertaining. I mean, she cries
Doing
a lot.
what? Yeah.
She's very
do you like
emotional.
watching people cry?
I think she
I mean,
might cry
I
too
don't,
much to
but
be
clearly
the
people
lead.
do.
What's that, Shay?
I think she might cry too much to be the lead because it feels like the crying is very much an element of The Bachelor, and it's supposed to be in the masses of the contestants, whereas you don't.
The
want,
lead needs to be strong a little
Yeah,
bit. Not
a
saying
little
she's not
bit.
strong, but
yeah, a little more composed.
for sure.
Colton was emotional a lot, Colton?
Did you ever cry, Clay?
I don't think so.
No?
No. No, I didn't.
Interesting.
Not even a little bit?
No.
Not
No?
even close?
No.
No?
Didn't cry.
Did you want to?
Did you have some moment did it creep up when
The
it's
lump in your throat?
right
here?
there and it's
No, sometimes it's good to just release and let yourself cry, and not to try to be a strong
I agree.
and tough guy all the time and not show your emotions. Sometimes it's good to just let it out and to shed some tears. And
Why didn't you cry?
sometimes that's good, but then there's always that thing that you want to be a big tough guy. You try to be masculine, and sometimes I think guys get too caught up in that.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I feel like I need a good cry, I just watch an Adam Sandler movie. For some reason, those just make me cry. Have you seen Click?
Okay. When I
Have you
think
seen
of
Eight
Adam
Crazy
Sandler's,
Nights? Have you seen Big
repertoire.
Daddy? All his
Dad.
funny movies.
Have
it's
you
like
seen Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore?
sad.
That took a turn, man. I did not see that going there.
So sad. No,
I would say The
wait.
Notebook or something.
Right?
No,
Something a little more
get some tears.
traditional
Or
of a
like a
treatment.
Disney
Lion
sports
King.
movie?
Try to
That's
watch
pretty
The
good.
Lion King and don't cry.
I'm
You
gonna
don't cry if you don't watch Lion King.
I'm gonna tell you the best movie to cry to. Well, it's gonna get you every time. Have you seen 7 Pounds
Yeah.
with Will Smith?
Didn't get me.
What?
Dude,
Do you have a soul?
have you ever cried?
I've cried a few times.
If you haven't cried in that movie,
cried- when's the
then
last time I cried?
I don't know who you are.
Lion
have-
King.
you have no
7
soul.
pounds didn't get me.
He gave his whole body and life to help people. It's the most
I know,
romantic
I've
thing
seen that,
ever.
yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it romantic, but it was a sad movie.
It was romantic.
You think that's romantic?
The girl he loved needed a heart transplant. She was gonna die, So he killed himself so
With
she
the-
could
I've
have
seen the
his.
movie, yeah.
That's not
Hope our
romantic.
listeners
No.
have to.
How's that not
No.
romantic?
I don't know. It's,
Oh,
it's a
He
lot.
literally gave his heart, his eyes, his everything to people to help them.
It's
but-
a beautiful gesture.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Spoiler alert.
Homework.
Sorry, Shea.
Homework.
It's okay.
Homework.
Have I seen a movie that you haven't?
You have.
Wow. Put it in the books.
Oh man.
Oh man. Okay. So recap, just to like wrap things up here before we go off the rails a couple more times. Kelsey ends up going home, so we have 3 people left: Madison, Hannah Ann, and Victoria F. I have a couple questions here. So one of them, this is from Bruin. Shout out Bruin.
Bruin.
We love Bruin. He was also part of the Bachelor basketball tournament.
Tournament.
Who won that?
I like how you say tournament.
Tournament?
Is that a regional
Tournament.
accent?
That's definitely a regional New Jersey.
Does it come out stronger when you're home?
Tournament.
I don't
Who
think
won that tournament? The
Oh
tournament?
my
the,
god.
it's tournament. Now I'm second guessing
I
everything.
won the around the world tournament.
no one
the
cares about
tournament?
around the,
The
world.
tournament.
Oh.
If anyone wants video proof of this alleged competition that went down, it is on our YouTube at FanSided. Go check it out.
Don't watch that shit.
It was pretty good.
Don't watch it.
It was pretty good.
Watch it around the world.
You battled. I'll give it to you.
Oh, pig. We played pig and horse.
Pig.
He fouled. He didn't even battle. He just fouled the whole time.
Hey, if you
fouled.
can't take these gains, bro.
Who
I don't know
calls
what to tell
fouls and
you.
pickup?
Oh my gosh.
It's a tight shirt. It's a tight shirt.
Anyway, yeah, no, everyone's like starting to flex out a little bit. If Victoria maturely owned up, this is what Bruin asked.
Okay.
If Victoria maturely owned up to her past relationships, would she have won you over?
I would have respected that. I would
Yeah.
have respected that. If she came clean, honest, had a conversation, this is what happened. This, I didn't want to. Maybe she fell for some guy that was in a relationship and she came clean. It was a tough part of my life, but, I'm over that now and I'm sorry. She regretted it. Then I would have been okay with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think honesty is everything. If you just come up and admit your wrongs and doings, I mean, I could trust someone that does that besides someone that tries to play the victim role.
Nah.
That was, I was like, I don't think I'd be as forgiving. I'd be like, it takes a lot to have a reputation as a grown adult in an entire city.
You
Like,
wouldn't
this
be-
isn't a small town high school where someone has a reputation. Like, Virginia Beach is a large place, and
I
she has a
think, like-
reputation.
Wait, so you wouldn't be forgiving of it?
I'd be horrified.
Oh my
It would,
god.
Yeah.
it
But you
would
wouldn't be forgiving?
depend.
If some guy came up to me and I was like, hey, I heard you've wrecked
And you
like
got-
8
wait.
marriages, I'd be like, I gotta go.
Was
I don't
it
want to be
8?
She didn't
I
say
don't
that.
know.
4.
See,
Four. Four's
Was it
still
really
a
4?
lot. Marriages.
God damn.
Well,
Yeah.
they didn't say that. All Peter knows is she wrecked a relationship. I
Yeah.
know it came out in reality, Steve, that she wrecked a lot of marriages, but you got to put yourself in Peter's position here. He doesn't know any of that. All he knows is his girlfriend said she's wrecked some relationships. For all he knows, it was a guy that was dating a girl. It came out later that it was marriages, right? But that's
Also, I want to go on the
who
record and say
knows?
it's also the husband's fault. I don't want to put
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
blame on Victoria, but
It's
I don't know if
definitely
I could
the husband's
forgive.
fault.
But it was if, I think, like we're saying in this hypothetical, she's coming clean to him. And so knowing what we know about her situation, like knowing what we know that would entail, I don't think I'd be like, yeah, like I can't, this seems like habitual behavior. Like this isn't just like
Yeah.
I fell for someone in this. I think in theory, if someone came clean about, poor decisions or questionable behavior, it would like go very far. But what we know about her specific situation, I would cut
The
bait.
fact that there's been more than one is concerning, and if it was just one time and she came clean about it, I feel like that's okay. But the fact that it came out that there was more than one. I mean, I don't know this for a certainty, but spoilers and whatever is said that. So if that's the case, then I see what you're saying. But if if she was honest and open, it's a one-time thing. Like personally, I'd probably like give her the benefit of the doubt if you're really falling for her.
Smoke show.
I know.
Smoke show.
That's just like proof hot people have it easier in life. You can get away with anything.
How about this? If you guys started dating someone and they said that they've cheated on an ex in the past, or if they've cheated before, would you feel comfortable getting in a relationship with them?
It brings out an alert for sure. But I mean, in life, you have to realize people are going to make bad decisions growing up, and if they're grown enough to tell you the truth, and you have to face it and just move on.
Yeah, I would need to know the story and like how did it happen? Why did it happen?
You would need to know.
Yeah. not like in vivid detail, but just
No, I want all the details.
like, because I would want to know that it's not like a thing that you cheated on every one of your ex, or like I would need to know enough to feel confident that I wasn't going to be
For the
cheated
reason.
on.
So yeah, if they give you a reason why they did it, maybe
Yeah.
they said I was insecure, I was going through some things, this and that. I wish I never did it.
Right.
Whatever. Very forgiving. What if it's like but if it's like they're cheating on this person over and over and over and over again, that could be very alarming.
I'd be shocked if anyone was like, "Hey, I just want to before we go to dinner, like real quick.
Right.
I'm just a serial cheater.
Like, it seems
I have
like the
issues,
kind of person
but
that
like,
you need to be concerned about isn't going to be disclosing.
yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like you're just gonna like Peter find out through the grapevine when you find those things out, or you have to ask. Which like kudos to you if you're bold enough to be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
quick question. What is
I would
your
love
cheating?"
to see. I would love to see you as a bachelorette.
What? No. I would.
What's your cheating record looking
What's
like?
your cheating?
sir?
Yeah, like we're keeping stats my season. We're doing all stats, all analytics. Amazing. I'm like going through the questions that I put a little thing on my Instagram. Clay, this one is not Bachelor related, but someone asked, would you play in the XFL?
Uh-oh.
Funny you ask. No, I actually went to a workout for the XFL last Monday, and it went really well. And I'm not on a roster right now, but there's a chance at some point in the future they need a tight end that I could be their guy. So I would definitely play in the XFL. I gotta say, I was killing it at that workout too. Not to toot my own horn, but I felt like I was young Clay again, like back in my glory days with the Eagles or the Jaguars. And I was routing these young kids up, man.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you is,
I'd be the oldest guy in the league.
Would you?
Would you really?
Yeah, I would be.
That'd be amazing. But Philadelphia today was on my timeline, registered to, I don't know, like trademark or what the term is, to have a team in Philly. Is
For
that
XFL?
Yeah. Is that somewhere you'd want to go back?
I love Philadelphia. Absolutely love Philadelphia. The culture, the history, the people. I know some people think they're a little rough around the edges for like the whole snowballs at Santa thing and how they treat some of their not winning teams. But I love Philly, the passion, everything about Philly. I would be there in a heartbeat.
I don't know who's in charge of the Philadelphia
get this
XFL.
man
XFL, give me
But
a
you
call.
got a fan in me. You
XFL.
got a fan on the podcast.
Give this man a contract.
Come on, give me a call, man. I
right.
went to your workouts.
Name the team. What would you name? What would be like a good XFL team for Philadelphia?
I have no idea.
Philly team. Let's see.
I've never been to
You
Philadelphia.
could go Bachelor, we could go Philadelphia Roses.
Not like gritty enough. We need
Yeah,
something
that's
like
true.
gnarly and gritty.
Yeah, like
Thorns? That's boring.
It's the cheesesteaks.
yeah. They're known for the cheesesteaks.
Or How I Met Your Mother.
This is getting worse.
Philly,
This is
that's
getting
very
worse
long
and worse.
XFL
That's
too.
always
TV
sunny-
show.
This-
Right?
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
No,
Always
How I
Sunny
Met
in
Your Mother was New
Philadelphia.
York, I thought.
It's
yeah.
How I
always
Met Your
sunny
Mother
is
is
Oh, you're
Philadelphia.
right.
Yeah, it's
Always
okay.
Sunny in Philadelphia. My bad.
One with Philadelphia in its title. All right, a classic mix-up.
Okay, another career opportunity question for both of you. Would you rather be the Bachelor or go on Bachelor in Paradise?
The Bachelor.
Yeah, I think you have more control in The Bachelor.
And why do you want to compete with all these other guys when on The Bachelor you're the only
You're just
guy?
laying back and
Hey, I'm the only guy you have a chance to date here. So you're not making the rules. And Paradise is brutal, man. There's no air conditioning. It's open air. I mean, there was a lot of fun things about Paradise, but emotionally and mentally, it was pretty draining stuff, man. Like all the drama and just 24/7, you're like with everybody. And The Bachelor, you're still like going on Paradise, you're living with everybody. It's like these are 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. You're literally together.
Oh my God.
And it's like, it's a lot. But I mean, I enjoyed my time on Paradise. I mean, contrary to popular belief, if you watched it, it probably didn't seem like I did, but I did. It was fun. I met a lot of people, made a lot of friends. I mean, it was cool. I liked being in Mexico, but it was a lot, So I think The Bachelor has more, let's say, freedom, and he gets to decide like what he wants to do more. And I feel like that control would be something that I would appreciate, and instead of just kind of being out there on the beach.
Still would be stressful though.
Oh yeah, it definitely would be stressful. Yeah, because I mean, you're the lead. There's all eyes on you. You can't go hide behind a rock or a JPJ or Derek fight or something like that. It's all there. And
But at least you get air conditioning.
you get air conditioning. That's huge.
That's big time.
That's huge.
Cannot undervalue
It was so
that.
humid. Have you ever tried to sleep like hot,
It's the worst.
Yes,
sweating.
brutal.
There was
I hate
bugs.
swimming.
Man,
Sleeping hot.
that was the if there was air conditioning in Paradise, like Paradise would have been cool, but there was no air conditioning.
I cannot believe they don't even hook you up with some air
Sweat,
conditioning.
literally pouring sweat in my pillow. My pillow's wet.
That's how you like stay fit. You just like lose that extra
you lose-
water weight.
yeah.
Just
Definitely.
sweat out all the
I would need
alcohol.
that running around in a bikini all the time.
Yeah.
Sweat it out, sweat it out, sweat it out. Oh man. Any other last thoughts on this episode? Kind of hometowns. There was enough drama, but it wasn't anything
Good.
too crazy.
I'm kind of glad the drama's dying down. I'm kind of
What?
over the drama.
I guess it's your friend. You don't want to see your friend like.
No, yeah, and then it was a lot of drama through this whole journey. So it's nice just to see them build relationships, and
Quick thoughts. Who do you think wins it all?
that's a tough one. I don't know.
Or final two?
Hannah and Madison. I think he has the strongest relationship. He's already told Madison that he loves her, and she hasn't said it back, right? Isn't that weird that the guy said, like, the Bachelor said it and she didn't say it back?
Yeah, that seems unusual.
It's like typically the other way around. Like the people that are competing for the person say it first.
Well, she might not be there yet, though.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but it's like usually flipped, right?
I feel like guys are just quicker to say it.
Really? Mm-hmm. No.
Did you watch Paradise last year?
In my experience. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting, but also it's like you kind of said, when you're the Bachelor, it's like you see everything. Where when you're competing, you just only know kind of what you're dealing with day to day.
Yeah.
Man, I think I'm the same. Get Victoria out of the show.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Peter, I just want you to be happy.
Have your
We just
fun
wanna
and
be
let's
happy.
move on.
Yeah, have your fun and let's move on. I love that. I'm going to start saying that to my friends. Like, all right, have your fun and let's move on. Scratch that itch and then, like, they got to go.
Yep.
They got to go.
That was probably the best tweet I saw the night with the Peter's thinking with his Peter with Victoria. Kind of inappropriate, but it's pretty funny because I know a lot of people were thinking that about like Victoria F. Because to have that kind of conversations with her and to still keep picking her week after week when you've let some pretty good girls go.
Smoke show.
Smoke show.
I should have never said that.
Oh, man. And on that
What
note.
if it's like the Philly Smoke Show? Sorry. Okay,
The Philly Smoke Show. No, I was going to.
Smoke Show.
There it is. On that note, I think we're going to wrap it up for this episode of Can I Steal You for a Second? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We recap every week. Listen to the podcast. We're on all the major platforms. Thank you, Clay, for hopping on tonight and joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you always, Dustin, Shea. I'm Ashley. Again, give us a like.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Follow FanSided Entertainment on Twitter. Also follow the four of us. And again, any questions you have, we're trying to do a mailbag, so feel free to send us weird questions. And if you learned anything tonight, their DMs are open. So
The weirder,
shoot your
the better.
shot, and we'll see you guys next week.